On today's DC All Access, we talk to the cast of the CW's iZombie about bringing the comic to life on TV.
And we are going to check out an exclusive clip from the new movie Assault on Arkham.
Yes, and the former Nightwing becomes a secret agent for Spyral in Grayson #1. We get all the information from Tim Seeley.
Do you think you should talk about official Spyral secrets?
Yeah, because it's a comic book and Spiral's not real, so.
You're totally right.
Yeah.
Code Blue suspect has no idea.
What did you just say to your shirt?
Nothing.
You voiced the Joker already in Arkham Origins, right? That's a game. Assault on Arkham, though, is a film.
Yes.
Was your approach different?
With this, it was, first of all, making sure that we were doing the same Joker that made sense for me to be doing, but then also fit within this story.
And then tell me what it was like for you as an actor to prepare for it, because there have been many Jokers before you, but you have now made the definitive Troy Baker Joker. Did you take that and build on it for the film, or did you say, look, I gotta take this in an even completely different direction?
You know, there's a challenge to it, because obviously, with what we did with Arkham Origins, it wanted to specifically point to Mark Hamill. We wanted people to believe that that was the same Joker that they had seen in the games, because let's face it, he is the quintessential, and you know, he is the Joker. That's what everyone knows for the last 25 years.
Yeah. And let's talk about another character that you've also done, Harvey Dent.
Yes.
We hear he may be making a return in Arkham Knight. Can you tell us anything about that?
If you've seen some of the trailers for Arkham Knight, then yeah, you get that lovely little turn of the head, and you get to see Two-Face there. And that's such a character, going back to that Batman the Animated Series, what Richard Mall did with that character, he's such a great, kind of iconic person to look to. So I definitely kind of looked at him as Mark Hamill was my Joker, Richard Mall was kind of my Two-Face, and so I get to emulate those two people.
And my last thing for you, it says right here, we actually have an exclusive clip of Assault on Arkham. So would you mind doing the honors, Mr. J?
Hello, kiddies, this is the Joker. You're going to see something exclusive right here from Assault on Arkham,
Only on DC All Access.
So, she's got herself a new guy. After everything I've done for her. Oh, we'll see about that. I'll make 5 more just like her. I'll take her skin and put someone else in it. Oh, that perfect creamy skin. Pull yourself together, man! She mocked you right to your face! Even dared to call you... Puddin'. Oh, that darling girl. She might even deserve me. Okay, babies, let's cook. Winner, winner, chicken dinner.
Hey, I'm here at the DC offices in New York, and I'm just about to head out to chat with the cast of iZombie.
I play Liv Moore in iZombie. I am a brain-eating zombie who also happens to want to be a medical student and now works in a coroner's office and is able to feed herself in an ethical way.
Both of your characters for iZombie were created specifically for the show. What did you guys pull from the comics to help inspire you?
I like the humor in the comic book. The seriousness in the comic book too. There's some heavy parts that I really appreciate. So kind of working with those two dichotomies, you know, I kind of applied that to the character as well.
The comic book and our show has a strong female lead, so when reading the script and then looking back at the comic book, those same core elements still remain, and that helped when creating the world and able to look at the script.
I think that's what I love so much about the concept, is that it subverts these ideas that has to be really fantastical, and it's actually incidental that she eats brains. She eats them with chopsticks, and she puts them in the microwave like I used to do with 2-minute noodles after school.
And you play a detective on this show, which you have played before. Do you feel like you're like, all right, I got this with zombies?
What's interesting about him is he's not really good at his job yet. He's a rookie homicide detective and hasn't solved the crime, which is why he buys into Liv being this psychic. You know, I don't know if she's a zombie. I just use her abilities to help me get closer to that first collar.
One last question. If you could pick any brain on the planet to eat, whose brain do you think would be the tastiest?
Oh. Are you allowed to say you want to eat Gandhi's brain? Is that okay? I feel like that's unethical, but yeah, I'll take it.
Tim, you definitely came prepared for the Grayson conversation.
That's right, I came prepared.
So how did Grayson actually come to be?
It's a little bit of a mix of things. I had been working on Batman Eternal with Mark Doyle and Katie Kubert, and out of nowhere one day I got an email that said, what would you do if Dick Grayson was a spy? I was like, oh man, I have no ideas for that. But then I went home and I was looking through my Batman Incorporated books and I started reading some of the stuff with Spyral, and I was like, no, that's perfect! So I pitched them that. Then they came back to me and said, hey, we've got this guy who actually was a CIA spy. You want to work with him? I was like, well, that's a no-brainer. We wanted to use the sort of emotional beats that he came into it with, which was, this is what it's like to be undercover. This is what it's like to be shot at. This is what it's like to work for someone that you don't agree with everything they do. In Batman Incorporated, it was revealed that there's an organization called Spyral, which basically started at some point to sort of police superhumans. And at the end of Batman Inc., they had sort of disappeared and said, don't look for us. And our story basically starts off with, it appears that they are trying to do something that Batman's not too cool with, which is to try to find out the identities and sort of origins of all the superheroes who are, in the Justice League and anybody who's got amassed. So because Dick has had his identity revealed to the world and he's now believed dead, he's sort of the perfect guy to infiltrate them and appeal to Spyral and become part of their mission, but also to be working for Batman.
Is Dick attacking this alone? Does he have any partners at Spyral? What's going on?
In this case, it's actually his partner is super sexy badass Helena Bertinelli, who's a agent of Spyral, and she's also a crossbow-wielding badass who sort of is partnered with him, and she's there both to sort of back him up, but also to keep an eye on him. So we get a lot of great mileage out of their relationship, and it's definitely a book about Dick maintaining who he is while sort of being faced with reasons to not be who he is.
Be sure to subscribe to DC All Access for more insidery goodness straight from the DC headquarters. We've got... Right away, sir. Gotta go.
Tiff, you forgot your phone.
This phone will self-destruct in 3, 2, 1.